name is Mohamed Vikram bin Mohamed Shukri. I'm from 4BEEA 1/2 and I'm from FTKEE. This is my video presentation for Bachelor's Degree Project 2. And first of all, I would like to thank my two panels who are Inche Abdul Wafi and Inche Muhammad Hatta. Other than that, I would also like to thank my supervisor who is Inche Muhammad Azmi. So without wasting any time, let's get to my video presentation. Hello guys, this is my poster for my project and the title of my project is Design of Smart Home System Using IoT. If you take a closer look, this is the introduction for my poster. Okay, let's hop on. So a smart home system is one in which the various electric and electronic appliances are wired up to one central computer system. It's like the brain, and it can either be switched on and off depending on the functionality, but it can be done at will no matter the distance because it is connected to the internet. And my project objective is to design the connection of the household electrical appliances with the internet. My second objective is to use my smartphone application to connect to an Arduino and switch on and off the lights at will. And my third objective is to program and develop a complete system that controls the lights using Arduino. Next, if you take a look at the research methodology, this is my flowchart for my project. So first, I connect the power supply AC and DC since my project requires both because it uses relay. So after I connect power supply AC and DC, so my project has two methods of operating the inputs, which are push buttons or my blink application. So let's take a look at the blink application route. So if there is an Wi-Fi connection, if it's established, I will open my blink app menu, and from there I am able to switch on and off the desired bulbs. This is through the Node MCU, but assuming there is no Wi-Fi, the Node MCU will be completely useless, and we will be able to switch on and off the bulbs through push buttons that I made it into switches, and we can switch on and off the physical switch, and it will still light up the bulbs. And in order to end the entire process, we just switch off the power supply to terminate system to AC and DC. Next is a project plan. So first, I planned the project. So I initially planned a different project that uses PLC and hook up DC motor in it, but since there was a lot of problems during these MCO times, I decided to change my project into this, which is only connecting to the internet using Arduino. I cannot use PLC since I do not have a PLC and I'm not allowed to go back to my campus. And next, I chose the input components and output components. And after that, I started the coding based on whatever input and output components that I have. And next was my simulation. So after I made the coding, I did the simulation, and there was a few problems with the simulation, but after some time I managed to fix the problems, and I moved on to fabricate the components since the simulation was a success. And after fabrication of the components, I set up my Blink app. And after I set up my Blink app, I uploaded my coding to the Node MCU. And once the entire system is hooked up, I ran the system. And once the entire project was a success, I started collecting data. Let's take a look at our result and discussion. So since my project was a success, this is my Node MCU interface, user interface. So it had I had put in four bulbs. So for each bulb, I represented a virtual pin, which is V1, V2, V3, V4. I assigned them different colors since I'm not able to name them, and each pin has its own function. As you can see here, the red one was for the fluorescent bulb, the blue one was for the incandescent, the orange one was for the LED power saving, and the green is the LED that's not power saving. And as you can see, the push buttons right here, they represent the exact same thing, but they are physically there. So if there is no internet connection, or we don't have a phone to switch on and operate the system, we can use the physical push buttons. As you can see here, these are the 4 bulbs. Next, I got a few results from my project since my project was a success. So let's see our first bar chart. Here our bar chart here shows the type of bulb that I used versus the watt per lumen. So for the incandescent bulb, I got 40 watts per lumen that it produced. So it is very high compared to the LED power saving, which was 6, and even the others were not as close to the incandescent bulb. So the incandescent bulb is a waste if you're using it. Even though it is cheap, it is a very high watt consuming bulb. And if you see the next bar chart, it shows the types of bulbs that I use versus the lumen per watt. The previous one was watt per lumen, and this was lumen per watt. So as you can see, the incandescent bulb produced only 15 lumens per watt that it consumed. That is extremely low compared to the other bulbs that I used, which are 60, 65, and 72, where the LED, the power saving LED, produced 72 lumens per watt that it consumed. Even though it consumed very low watt, it produced a lot of lumens compared to the incandescent bulb. And next, this bar chart shows the type of bulb versus energy saving. As we can see, I compared it to the incandescent bulb since it is a very high energy consuming bulb. So I made it the baseline, so it is 0% since it does not save any energy. And if you see the fluorescent light, it saved about 75% energy. The normal LED bulb, the non-power saving one, it saved 80%, whereas the power saving LED saved 85%. That is a lot of energy saving. Even though the LED bulb is a bit expensive compared to the incandescent bulb, but in the long run it is very worth it. And next, type of bulb versus life expectancy. So the incandescent bulb that I used was quite cheap, and it can only last about 1000 hours, and it is very low compared to the LED, the power saving LED, which is 25,000 hours. Even the fluorescent bulb is 10,000 hours of life expectancy. So if you can compare it with the price, the LED, the power saving LED is much more worth it compared to the incandescent. Although the incandescent is much cheaper, it will burn out quickly. And next, let's take a look at our conclusion. So this is my conclusion, and I would like to conclude my presentation, my poster presentation. So what is home automation? Home automation is undeniably a resource which can make a home environment automated. We don't have to have a human there to activate the lights. My project is just a prototype, so I can just switch out the bulbs with something else. For example, fan, other major components that uses 3 phases. So in a way, this is a big step towards the future. People can control their electrical devices via these home automation devices and set up controlling actions through mobile. So they can control whatever happens in their house, assuming they have this device in their house. So assuming they have a door lock there, which is connected to this system, they can automatically lock the door no matter where they are, and they can even monitor on the CCTV, off the CCTV. There's a lot of opportunities to be here. And next, the LED bulb was proven as the best out of the other three. Price-wise, it's a bit expensive compared to the incandescent, fluorescent, and the non-power saving LED. The power saving LED was much more expensive, but it is worth it because it has very low power consumption, very low energy saving, very high energy saving. It produces very less heat compared to the other bulbs, and it is warm to touch. And in the future, this product, my home automation system, my smart home system, it has a very high potential for the marketing if only people see the potential in it and decide to take action. Because in abroad, overseas, there's a lot of houses that are already having this home automation system where it is making their life much easier. But once one day we will come to realize this. And here are my references for my poster. And next, let's take a look at my product demonstration video. See you there.
Hi guys, this is my project presentation, and this is my smart home system box. So as you can see, I have 4 different types of lights. First is the fluorescent, second is incandescent, third is LED, and fourth is also LED, but this LED is a power saving rating, but this is not a power saving rating. So let me show you how to use this. First, we plug in for the AC supply, and my power bank I use it for the DC supply. So the DC supply goes directly into Mohd MCU, as you can see. So let me close that. So first, let me open the AC power supply and on my power bank. So let me on my hotspot. As you can see, yep, the Mohd MCU is connected. So let me open my Blink app. So my Blink app is open and it's online. As you can see, I can control the lights with my phone. And if I don't have a Wi-Fi signal, I can even use the push buttons right here to operate. Thank you.